Okay, so now we can see that my index page, my home page has links, and that my pizza place has the same links. Okay, so we're good. Okay, so now this is a bit of a challenge. So I know that on my homepage, I had my favorite sports teams and my favorite candy. So what I want to do is I want to turn my favorite candy or my favorite sports team into a table. I don't really care which list you use. So what I want you to do is to first make that decision. Which one am I going to do? And then what you're going to make is a web page. And what I want is I want the links at the top. So you'll have to add a link because you're going to make a brand new web page just for either this or for this. I think I'm going to do candy, just so you know. So you're going to add that link to each one of your pages. So you should be able to click between any of the pages. So I'm relying on you using everything you learned this week to do this. So you need to go on the internet and Google pictures of these types of candy. And I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. I'm going to look for images that are 200 by 200. You know, pick whatever size you want. I wouldn't go much bigger than that, though. You could go smaller if you want. So I want you to find a picture for each one of these things. You're going to make a 2-column table. The number of rows will depend on whether you did the sports team or the candy. On the left, you're going to put the image, and on the right, you're going to put whatever it is, either the sports team or the candy. So I'm not going to show you how to do it because I want you to try to walk through the process yourself, creating the table, finding the pictures, putting them in the folder, and then adding the links to the top of the program. What I'm going to show you is the end result. So I'm actually going to stop the video right now and I'll turn it back on when I'm done. Okay, so I'm showing you here that some of the stuff I think you could do yourself, like finding the images and putting them in the folder. Then you're going to create a new file in Notepad. And all I did was copy everything from pizza and put it in my new file. I'm doing candy. So the first thing I did is change the title so it says candy. So the other thing that you need to do is go through each row and delete the the third header cell because we're getting rid of a column. And then the other thing you need to do is delete the third data cell in each row. So I've already done that. So I've gotten rid of it in each row. So the only thing you see is a place to put an image and a text label. The other thing I did was, since I only have 4 rows after the header cells, I deleted one entire row. So that should get you caught up. So now it's just a matter of doing some labeling. So I can leave this here. Instead of type of pizza, it's type of candy or candy bar. I'm going to put bar. I'm going to circle back. It's not Shaver's Pizza Pies anymore for the header. It's my favorite candy. Okay, and so then it's just a matter of changing every image and changing every label. Like I'm going to do the first one. The first one is going to be Milky Way because that's the name of my file. Make sure you change your alternate text. And then change the text label as well. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and check this one real fast. And I have not created a link yet, so I'm going to need to come to my folder and try it from the demo website folder. just to double check that it looks all right. And I'm going to look for, what did I call it? Candy. Okay, so my first one works right. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the video again and let you catch yourself up. Okay, so when I'm done, I should have an image column with all the images and a type of candy bar over here on the right. So that's what my web page looks like. So the only other thing I really need you to do is add a link. So we want to create a link that we can add to all 3 pages. If I go to the top of this page, I already have 2 links. So all I got to do is copy, let's say copy the last one. And I'm going to paste it right after. And instead, when I click the link, instead of going to pizza.html, I'm going to go to candy because that's the name of my file. Again, it's in the same folder. And I'm going to change the link to say I didn't get that. Close, Siri. My favorite candy. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this. And let's go back to our file. Sorry for all the clicking. And now I have a link. So if I click like home, for instance, I go back to home, but I don't see the new link. So don't forget, because you put a third link in, you really should copy that to the other 2 pages. But one other thing I want to do is, I don't like how they're all jammed together, these links. So I'm going to put space in there. So there's a special character that you have to use to put in a space. It's ampersand NBSP. So I'm going to put a couple spaces in. And you'll see separation between these links. So I'm going to copy that again. I think that's the code. I don't know. It doesn't look right. Let me save it and see if it works. Oh, it didn't work. So let's Google it. Ampersand NBSP in HTML. So this is what I do when I mess up. Oh, look. W3 Schools has information. Let me make this bigger. Reserved characters in HTML must be replaced with character entities. Some characters are reserved to display a less than sign. Rewrite that. See, I thought I was doing it right. Maybe I need a semicolon. Let's try that. Let's go and say semicolon and semicolon. If this doesn't work, I'll do this offline and figure it out and come back. And what page was that? Candy. So oh, it works. Okay, so now we can go back. Let's take this. I want to put space between all of them. So I'm going to put that here too. So let's save it. And here's my candy. And I refresh and I see separation. So now all I have to do is copy this. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to recopy all the links because now I have the spacing. So I'm going to copy these. I'm going to go back to each of the other pages. And I'm going to replace what I had because now it adds the third link and then puts the spaces in. So if I paste and I paste. And then don't forget to go back and save. Anytime you make a change, you have to go back and save. So starting from the first one, I'm saving index, I'm saving pizza, and I'm saving my candy, although I think I already saved that. So let's go ahead and I'm going to close out some of these old versions. I'm going to start at the beginning. Let's do a refresh. So I have 3 links, all 3 links on each page, and all the links work. Okay, get her done.